Welcome to the YouTube channel for playworshipkeyboard.com. I'm just going to take my communion here and eat it later. So today I'd like to share with you guys just a fun tip. You know, if you play by yourself on Sunday mornings, if you're the only keyboard player, this is a very fun thing to do, which is to add chord substitutions in and play some chords and stuff that may be a little bit different from the material that's originally written, and it is a lot of fun. And of course, if you play by yourself, you can throw things in just about anywhere you want to. Of course, it sounds right. And if you have a full band, of course, you can do this too. It's a little bit more difficult because you have to get all of your bandmates on board, but it can be done. So I just want to demonstrate this by using the song Goodness of God. And I just want to specifically focus on the bridge. Now, I am not a singer, but I am going to show you where we are here. So the bridge normally goes, your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Da, 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 da. I'll give you everything. Goodness running after. Okay, yep, not a singer, but you get the point of. So what we're doing here is we're going from basically an inverted 1 chord, which would be an F, but I start on the 3, and then I go to the 4, which is a B flat, go to C, which is 5, and then back to F. Same thing. Messed that up, sorry. One more time. Give your everything is so that works, and it sounds nice, and it works very well. Most people do the song this way, but let's change it up a little bit. Let's actually start with our normal inverted 1 here. Instead of going back to the 1 here, I'm going to go to a D minor. And that just kind of gives the whole thing a different sound, because this whole song is basically kind of going between this 4, which is the B flat, and the 1, especially in the chorus, and it's kind of got that back and forth thing going here. So during the bridge, if you were to do something like things kind of makes the ear say, well, okay, you know, that's different. It gives your audience a bit of a better experience than if you just were to do what was regularly written there. And another chord that you can add in there when it goes da 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 da, you're my everything. So let me try that again. Let's see. There's a diminished chord. It's a C sharp diminished, and it's going, so I'm going to C, you're my everything, and it just adds a whole nother level. So let me show you what that is. So again, I'm going to start with the just our inverted 1 here, 4, which is B flat, and then C, everything. So on that every, I'm going to that C sharp diminished. So a C sharp diminished, you know, what exactly is that chord? Well, it's a very unrestful chord. It sounds like, you know, you wouldn't want to make a whole song with that chord, of course. You wouldn't want to start on that chord. So diminished chord is a passing chord, and it's basically a way of getting to other chords in the key. So in this case, we're using C sharp diminished to get to a D minor. So C, and that chord can take a little bit of time getting used to. Now that chord is just a C sharp, E, G, and B flat. It's actually diminished 7. So you could just practice going from your C to the diminished and then a D minor. Might take you a little bit of time to get used to that, but what I found is a diminished chord. To get to a diminished chord, you can just take your C triad here, or you just do a C7, and our third and fourth fingers in the left hand are going to remain the same. So they're going to stay, they're going to hang out on that E and G, and they're not going to move anywhere, they're not going to go anywhere. And so we're going to take our pinky, we're going to bring it up to the C sharp here, and you could do the whole thing that way too. That way you wouldn't have to worry about moving down to the 7 in your right hand, which is the, left hand, which is the B flat. So you could try it that way, but it does take might take a little bit of time of getting used to. So let me play the whole thing. Go back into the that wasn't the best demonstration in the world. I apologize, a little clunky sounding, but hopefully it gets the point across. So anyway, thanks for checking this out, and keep an eye on playworshipkeyboard.com because I do have an entire course on worship piano coming very soon.